Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is Rinks and welcome to another edition of PokeTeams. In this video we're going to do something a little bit different here. We're going to give a Pokemon team to the Edds. Yes, I said correctly, the Edd boys from Edd and Eddy. The way I'm going to do this video is I'm going to do all three of the Edds and give them full 6 Pokemon teams, and I'm going to do it individually. So this is going to be a little bit of a longer video, but that's okay. So the first team we're going to be talking about is Edd. So starting off with Edd's Pokemon team, the first one I've given him is a Garbodor, and this one's kind of a no-brainer. Garbodor is his partner Pokemon. This Garbodor lives in Edd's basement, and no one really likes him because, he's kind of a pile of trash. But Edd loves him very much because he's grown to love him. But Edd is the only one that loves him and cares about him, and because of his love, ever since he was a Trubbish, it evolves into a Garbodor, and it's actually one of his strongest Pokemon and able to get him out of a lot of difficult situations he has come across. The second Pokemon I've given Edd is a Shuckle. Shuckle is very dopey and clumsy. Another thing about this Shuckle is that it will only allow Edd to drink from his juice because we all know that Shuckle is able to collect juice into its body. So Shuckle allows Edd to drink his juice, and that's actually kind of a reason why he's absurdly strong, because we know how strong Edd can be lifting a lot of heavy things. So we kind of know where he's getting his strength from. Whenever people battle the Shuckle, they're having a hard time knocking it out because this Shuckle has a very high defense and it doesn't really try. Kind of think slapstick humor, where they're trying their hardest to knock it out but they end up knocking themselves out, and that's the punchline and that's the joke. The next Pokemon I've given Edd is a Goomy. Goomy is a very lovey-dovey Pokemon. It loves to give Edd lots of hugs, and it loves to give hugs to everyone, but not that many people like to get hugged by a Goomy because it's very slimy. Very slimy. And not to mention, his basement is always wet, and Double D already has a hard time going in there, but when Double D sees this Goomy, he freaks out because he thinks he's going to get a lot of germs. But it's sad because Goomy wants to give everyone a hug because it just wants to love everyone, and that's very sad. It's adorable. I would give Goomy a hug. The next Pokemon I've given Edd is a Skunky. Edd loves Skunky, it loves it very much, and Skunky is very affectionate towards him, and it loves to give hugs to Edd, and Edd likes giving it hugs. He loves it so much that he wants everyone to know about how fluffy Skunky is. There are times where he randomly pulls it out, telling Double D and Eddy, "Hey guys, won't you hug my Skunky?" "No, Edd, that's fine." "But it's fluffy!" I would give Skunky a hug because it's a soft boy. That's all it is. It's just a nice soft boy. Not those other soft boys that we're talking about. It's an actual soft boy. Another Pokemon I have given Edd is a Grimer. Grimer is a very, how to put it, not that many people like to be near Grimer because it smells and it leaves a mess every time it comes out of his Pokeball. It likes to eat the trash off the basement floor where Edd sleeps. Not to mention, and this is kind of a scary thought, that it wants to eat Garbodor. So there's kind of a running gag that the Grimer likes to eat the Garbodor. It's very disturbing, but they sometimes have to get along with each other to help out Edd whenever they're in a tight situation, like getting away from the Cankers or Kevin. Sometimes even Rolf. The last Pokemon I have given Edd is a Doduo. It actually started out in Rolf's farm, where many Pokemon live in Rolf's house. And we know Edd, he likes to take chicken. And so in this case, he likes to take chicken Pokemon with him. But this Doduo come to love Edd. So this Doduo decided to stay with Edd to be his partner. Ever since then, it gets along with all of his Pokemon, even its heads, which are known to fight each other. The heads get along with each other. You know, heads, Eds, get it? Don't quote me. To recap the first Edd team, we have Garbodor, Shuckle, Goomy, Skunky, Grimer, and Doduo. With all these Pokemon together, the one thing they have in common is no one likes them. They're social outcasts. For their appearance or some of their tendencies, no one likes them. And there's one person that does love them, and that is Edd Boy. Edd Boy, he can be very surprising. So whenever he uses this Pokemon in his unique way, they all pull through for him. And he's actually the strongest of the trio team that I'm doing today. He is the strongest trainer among those three, and that's pretty impressive. Now moving on to the second team we're going to be talking about is Double D. The first Pokemon I've given Double D is a Hoothoot. Hoothoot is Double D's partner Pokemon. It helps him with his homework, it's a problem-solving Pokemon, and actually whenever Double D is explaining some fact or information that he's providing for the kids in the Cul-De-Sac, his Hoothoot flies over with a big book. Hoothoot, Hoothoot. Sorry, I just like Hoothoots. And if you must know, I love owls. I mean, I am an owl. Or my inner me is an owl. The second Pokemon I have given Double D is a Beldum. Beldum is a very sensitive Pokemon and very shy. Even though it doesn't look like it has a lot of feelings, this Beldum does. The third Pokemon I have given Double D is a Durant. No, not the basketball player, Durant, the ant Pokemon. This Durant is actually the toughest of his Pokemon because all of his Pokemon are very timid, shy. I don't want to say weak, but they're not really battlers, so this would be the toughest of his team, and it's actually the leader of the colony of Durants that Double D has in his home. The next Pokemon I've given Double D is a Solosis. Solosis is a Pokemon that communicates with Double D telepathically. And it's a way for them to talk to each other, and also how Double D can talk to his other Pokemon too. It's kind of like a bridge between him and his Pokemon team. The fifth Pokemon I've given Double D is an Abra. This Abra is very powerful, however, in situations where Double D needs Abra, Abra is sleeping, and it doesn't want to wake up at all. And there are times where it makes situations worse, and in rare cases, it actually helps out the Edds in a very crucial part, but only very little though. And it just ends up biting them in the butt. The last Pokemon I've given Double D is a Tynamo. Tynamo is a very timid Pokemon. It actually has really bad anxiety. It doesn't even want to come out of his Pokeball sometimes. It's very nervous with other people's Pokemon, and then it kind of feels comfortable with Double D's Pokemon, but he's still very shy. There are times where he actually shocks everyone, including the other Edd's Pokemon, because it doesn't like too many people around it or many Pokemon around it, so it ends up shocking everyone with a discharge attack. To recap Double D's team, we have Hoothoot, Beldum, Durant, Solosis, Abra, and Tynamo. All these Pokemon carry the trait of Double D, where Double D can be a bit shy at times, but Double D is actually the brightest of the Edds, where he's very intelligent and he's a very caring person. Double D is very sweet and he'll do anything for someone if they want to learn. Now moving on to our last team of the video, we're going to be talking about Eddy. Eddy's first Pokemon is Squirtle. Squirtle is his partner Pokemon, and this Squirtle is very devious, is very sneaky, very cocky. Imagine a guy that where you kind of get your stuff from, like illegal stuff or certain things that you can get your supplier, and he has shades and he has a coat. This is how the Squirtle is depicted, where he can get you anything that you want, but he's ultimately a con artist. Somehow he scams you, and that's how Eddy is with a lot of his things. He wants to con you into things, making Squirtle and Eddy a perfect partnership. The second Pokemon I'm going to be talking about is Croagunk. Croagunk is very devious. Even though it looks very calm, Eddy's Croagunk is very how to say, it's the dirtiest player in the game. Whenever it battles, it doesn't really attack. It waits for someone to move first, and then it kind of like low blows you, or like it kind of uppercuts you or sucker punch you. And then that's where its devious mind starts taking over, and that's how it kind of takes you apart in a battle. The third Pokemon I've given Eddie is a Salandit. Salandit is a very sneaky Pokemon. It actually likes to steal things for Eddie. When Eddie needs a certain item for his scams, he sends Salandit into wherever to get certain items for him. The fourth Pokemon I've given Eddie is a Krook-Rock. Krook-Rock is namely just his enforcer. Eddie is not very strong, I would say, and his other Pokemon, they rely on their wits, and Krook-Rock is more like, it's intelligent, but it serves as Eddie's enforcer, like his muscle, his henchman. Whenever Eddie needs something moved, or when Eddie wants to hurt someone, he sends his Krook-Rock. The fifth Pokemon I've given Eddie is a Meowth. This Meowth likes to steal money from the kids in the Cul-De-Sac, and even adults too, even though we don't see these adults. Also, this Meowth uses his charm, and I don't mean its actual charm on its forehead. This Meowth is very charismatic, where it uses its cute persona as a way to get what it wants, but really it's very sneaky behind closed doors. The last Pokemon I've given Eddie is a Nuzleaf. Nuzleaf is a trickster and a pranker at heart. Whenever the three Edds are fleeing from someone, this Nuzleaf is kind of sent out to like lure them away, and also set out traps for them so that way no one could get the hands on the Edds for scamming them. To recap, this is Eddie's team. We have Squirtle, Croagunk, Salandit, Krook-Rock, Meowth, and Nuzleaf. Eddie's very selfish, so it's kind of the same way with his Pokemon, where he doesn't really show any affection towards them, and they kind of do the same way, but deep down they actually care for one another. It's more of how Eddie's brother treated him growing up, and Eddie kind of picked up those traits, so his Pokemon would pick up those traits too. But deep down they actually do care about Eddie, and it's actually because why they do the things that they do is to please Eddie. So in a way, it's kind of sad that all these Pokemon do these bad things just to please one person who he's going through his own stuff inside. Now that we've done all three Edds, let's show all of their Pokemon all together. All these Pokemon are very different from one another, but yet they all kind of strive for the same goal of helping out the Edds. The Edds are outcasts. They're kind of shunned from everybody else in the Cul-De-Sac. But they are loyal to their trainers. They'll help out in any way they can to get jawbreakers, or to help them out in any situation that they gotten themselves into. Even though they kind of deserve it, because, scamming people is not really good. And that's it. That is Edd and Eddie's Pokemon team. What'd you think? What'd you like about the teams that I've shown here? Let me know in the comments below of which one was your favorite and what you liked about them. Also, let me know of other characters I can do a Pokemon team to. Well, let's start wrapping things up. Hit the notification bell to let you know when some more Poke videos come out. Also, like, subscribe, and share. Also, there will be links down below to follow me on Twitter and Instagram for my everyday life. Until next time, my owlets, I'll catch you later.